This free agency has been kind of lackluster for the Texans. They haven't really made any significant moves besides maybe the Randall Cobb signing or overpaying for Eric Murray. They haven't really done anything, but just because they haven't done anything yet doesn't mean that they won't do anything. Now, today I was going to release a mock draft, but then like a couple days ago it came out that the Texans missed out on Derek Wolfe, defensive end for the Broncos. He ended up going to Baltimore, but the Texans missed out on him apparently. So what that told me was, okay, the Texans are still looking around in free agency, so that's cool. And some Texans fans were kind of mad that the Texans missed out on Derek Wolfe, but personally, I don't really care because Derek Wolfe is a washed-up player, has been, isn't really that good at run defending, can't really pass rush how he used to back in his prime, like in 2015. So I'm not really mad that they missed out on Derek Wolfe. I'm actually happy that they missed out on Derek Wolfe, but I'm even more happy that they're still looking around. So hopefully we're able to land some of these players. Obviously, we don't have much cap. We have like approximately like 25 mil around there. You know, the Roby contract and the Cobb contract aren't official yet. So I know if you guys look at the Texans cap, it'll say like 48 mil or something like that. But no, we're closer like to 25 mil. So yeah, keep that in mind. But there's still some players out there that the Texans can sign that will definitely help the team. Now, here's some players, again, how I usually do, that I think the Texans should absolutely avoid. Well, actually, one player, Logan Ryan. For whatever reason, people on Twitter, Texans Twitter, they seem to think Logan Ryan coming to Houston would be a good idea. But no, the dude cannot cover. He is not good. Some dude on Twitter tried to tell me, well, he had 100 tackles and 4 interceptions and 4 sacks. I don't care. I'm not paying a corner 10 mil a year to get tackles and sacks. I'm paying him to cover. And Logan Ryan cannot cover. The dude is slow as hell. And, you know, signing Logan Ryan would be pretty much giving up to the Chiefs. Because the Chiefs have speed all around from their receivers. And Logan Ryan, he's not fast. He can't cover those speedy guys. He's not better than Gabriel. He's not better than Bradley Roby. He'd be a complete waste of money. Something else to consider, the Texans don't need corners. They got Bradley Roby, who was pretty good last year. They had Gabriel, who was very good last year with us when he played here in Houston. Wasn't good in Oakland, came to Houston, and was a stud. We also have Sailboat Lonnie Johnson. He was a second round pick. He's going to get a shot to play. He's been working really hard with the footwork king, and he doesn't really churn like a sailboat anymore. So, yeah, there's that. Texans also signed Eric Murray for 7 mil a year. He's going to be competing for our nickel corner spot. We brought back Vernon Hargraves. How many corners is that already? 5? They brought back Philip Gaines. 6. They got Keon Croissant as well. At 7. The Texans aren't looking for a corner. It's time to stop assuming that they're looking for one, need one. They got their corners going into the season. Now, just because that's the case right now doesn't mean that the Texans aren't going to draft a corner like with a 7th round pick or something, you know? But they're not going to go spend money on a scrub corner like Logan Ryan. Now, for some players that the Texans should target, we've got quite a few actually. Some of these players I've said in my previous videos, and they're still available. And obviously, if you're still available at this point in free agency, there's always a reason for it. Alright, first we got Damon Harrison, Snacks Harrison, the Tubby from the North, whatever you want to call him. Dude is a stud. Best nose tackle in the game, easily. Yes, he's older, but when you're a nose tackle, you're only playing 60% of snaps. So, age doesn't really affect nose tackles as it does with other positions. Now, like I said, every player that is still available is available for a reason. Damon Harrison contemplating retirement. So he doesn't know if he wants to play, doesn't know how long he wants to play, if he wants to play. So that still has him out there on the market. But if the Texans were able to land him, he'd be an immediate upgrade over DJ Reader. He's a better run stopper, probably about as good as DJ Reader when it comes to rushing the passer. Pretty much non-existent. Earlier in his career, yeah, he had some pass rush juice, but now, like I said, he's a little bit older, but that's fine. Nose tackles are meant to stop the run, and obviously he'd be cheaper than DJ Reader because he is older than DJ Reader, and he's an upgrade. He'd eat up double teams, eat up blocks, let the other players do their thing. Now, next guy, Everson Griffen. Now, personally, I don't think the Texans are looking for pass rush help like from the edge rusher position because they have Watt, Merciless, Duke Ejiofor, and Jacob Martin. I don't think they're looking for a player of Everson Griffen's caliber as an edge rusher. I think they're more looking at interior pass rushers. So Everson Griffen might not happen. I would still like it to happen, and I would still like the Texans to take a look at him. Because Griffen, even though he's a little bit older, by the way, that's the reason why Griffen hasn't been signed. He's a little bit older, and he's probably, trying to avoid training camp and all that stuff, because that's what vet players do sometimes. They sign late, so then they don't gotta go through all that OTAs, training camp and stuff. Because, who really wants to do that? So, yeah, Everson Griffen would be a nice signing, but also something that I don't see the Texans doing. Next guy, Marcus Golden. Now, I've talked about Marcus Golden in a previous video before. Marcus Golden, he's a very good edge rusher. Now, the reason why he's still available is he has a huge injury history. This season, he had double-digit sacks, and that's the type of player Marcus Golden can be if he can stay healthy. But that's the question. Can he stay healthy? Now, the same thing with Everson Griffen. I don't see the Texans going for much edge rush help. But if the Texans did sign him, I would be happy because, you guys know how I feel about Whitney Merciless, definition of average. And then J.J. Watt, I don't know if he can stay healthy for the whole 16 games. So personally, I think the Texans do need edge rush help. But the Texans themselves, I don't think they know, or I don't think they want edge rush help because they think they're fine with Ejiofor, Martin, Watt, and Merciless. Next guy, Paul Richardson, wide receiver. This guy got released probably about a month ago by the Redskins. This is a speedy wide receiver. He can play outside, he can play in the slot. I wouldn't mind signing him for real cheap though, because again, why is he still available? Injury prone. So, yeah, the Texans need Will Fuller insurance though, so I wouldn't mind it, but it also would be risky because he got injured Will Fuller, and then his insurance is also injury prone. So you know what happens when they both get hurt, so. Yeah, next guy, Eric Reid, brother of future All-Pro, All-Star, stud, beautiful safety, Justin Reid. Eric Reid, he's not like Justin Reid. Justin Reid is like this rangy safety who can play deep coverage. He can play in the box. He can play anywhere on the field. Eric Reid, he's different. You want him in the box. The dude can rack up tackles. He's a run-stuffing type of guy. He can cover the underneath routes. He's kind of a better version of Jalil Adai from last year. Smarter too, more instinctive. He makes plays. So Eric Reid would be a good signing for the Texans. He'd have Justin Reid, Eric Reid. That'd be pretty cool. They'll have a little connection there because they're brothers. And Eric's been around for a while. If you guys didn't know this, Eric Reid is the one who showed Justin Reid how to read NFL defenses before Justin Reid even got to the NFL. That's why Justin Reid was so good as a rookie. So Eric Reid, he's been here in the NFL. He's a veteran. He can help out the younger DBs. And yeah, I think it'd be a good signing. Now, the reason why Eric Reid is still available is because he's a box safety. Box safeties kind of, easy to find, I guess you could say. Like, they're just like essentially an extra linebacker, smaller linebacker with slightly better coverage abilities than most linebackers. And Eric Reid coming here would be great for us because we need someone to sub McKinney in and out with. So McKinney, we know he can't cover it all. He's essentially a two-down player, run-thumping linebacker, which NFL defenses do need, don't get me wrong, but he should not be out there in coverage. And Eric Reid, although he's not amazing in coverage, he is significantly better than McKinney in coverage. Next guy, Tyler Gabriel, wide receiver from the Bears. Same thing with Paul Richardson, man. Injury-prone guy, but he's a speedy guy who can potentially be Will Fuller insurance. Next guy, Margus Hunt, defensive lineman from the Colts. The Colts released him. Now, Margus Hunt, he is just an all-around average player. He can stop the run pretty okay, and he can sometimes get to the quarterback. I wouldn't mind having Margus Hunt on this team as a situational pass rusher, give other guys a breather type of thing, sub them in and out. Him and Charles Omenihu who can, keep each other fresh. And you know how it goes late in the fourth quarter. Players are gassed, so you got to keep them fresh. And Margus Hunt in the fourth quarter, coming off the bench, being fresh, would be able to create some pressure, which is something we need. Next guy. Now, this is a guy that I really liked from quite a while back when he was still in Baltimore. There's another tubby, by the way, and it's Timmy Jernigan. He was just recently with the Eagles. Now, you're probably asking, what's wrong with Timmy Jernigan? Injury prone. But when he's on the field, he's good, but he is injury prone. He's probably about as good as DJ Reader when he's on the field, but he's nowhere near as durable as DJ Reader, though. So, yeah, think about that. And the last guy, someone I've talked about before as well, Tavon Austin. He can be this little gadget player, little slot player, put him at running back, but most importantly, return kicks and punts. Don't like DeAndre Carter. Don't trust DeAndre Carter. Tavon Austin, I would trust. He has good return abilities. And, like I said, he could be a gadget player on this team. And, yeah, those are pretty much all the players I have for you guys. Hopefully the Texans, look around because free agency this year, yeah, I'm just not satisfied. So hopefully they look around and find something because this is whack. And yeah, that's all I have for you guys for today. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.